Hello everyone. A warm welcome to the launch event of the NOVEL MSCA Postdoctoral Programme. And hi to everyone watching us on YouTube and those also looking at the recording of this on YouTube. My name is Piritta Parkkari. I'm the Impact Manager of the NOVEL Postdoctoral Programme and also a researcher at the University of Eastern Finland's Business School. And I have here with me Tarja Malm, who's the coordinator of this programme.
Hello, everybody. So welcome on my behalf as well. So I'm Tarja Malm. I'm professor in molecular neurobiology at the A.I. Virtanen Institute.
Right. So today, in this live-streamed part, we're going to basically present the NOVEL MSCA Postdoctoral Programme. So you will hear what this programme is about, what kind of things we do and offer here, and what kind of research opportunities we offer in this programme. And also, we're going to be focusing on the opportunities for partners. So we're going to be placing quite a lot of focus on the role of our partners in this presentation. And we're going to have a Q&A session at the end of this live-streamed part. And so those of you watching online, please, if you have any questions at any point, submit your questions to presemo.uef.fi/novel or use this QR code to access it. And also those of you who are here in person, if you have any questions in your mind, you can also use that chat so we know to take your questions at the end. And I will be, if you missed this link, I will be showing it many times today. And if we have any applicants watching, as I mentioned, we're going to be focusing quite a lot on the role of partners, but of course also presenting the opportunities for you as well. But if you want to hear more about the practicalities of how to apply or what are some of the requirements or the documents and so forth, I'd really recommend you to watch the recording of our webinar for applicants. It is accessible on our YouTube. Use that link or the QR code. We go through those practical things there. And of course, all the information about the program and application instructions are available on our website, uef.fi/novel. And a few words of background. So the NOVEL MSCA Postdoctoral Programme is a Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions project. And the MSCA is the European Union's flagship funding programme for doctoral education and postdoctoral training, and it is part of Horizon Europe. And basically they fund excellent research and innovation and enable researchers doing their work and researchers and knowledge moving around in Europe. And these type of co-fund projects, as we are having, mean that the EU covers basically half of the funding, most of the salary costs, and the beneficiary covers the rest. And the University of Eastern Finland, that we are from, is currently running the Neuroinnovation PhD program, which is another one of these MSCA co-fund programs. So we currently have quite a lot of experience with these types of funding. And these are the kind of principles that are followed in all of these MSCA programs around Europe: excellence, mobility, effective supervision, career guidance, open science, and so forward. So, of course, these are the kind of principles that we follow as well in the NOVEL program. And in all of the co-fund projects, including ours, there are some sort of rules that you should know about eligibility. So people applying for these programs can be of any nationality. But the biggest thing to be aware of is the so-called mobility rule. So you must have not worked or resided in the country of the host organization. So here we're talking about Finland, for more than 12 months in the last 3 years. So this is because the whole idea of these programs is to encourage the mobility of people and knowledge. So if you've been in Finland for more than 12 months within the last 3 years, then it means you are not eligible to apply. But if you've only maybe visited here or never set foot in Finland in your whole entire life, it means you are quite likely to be eligible to apply. And I'm going to be talking about the secondments and so forth. And of course, this is a postdoctoral program, so it means that we're looking for people who already have their PhDs. And I promised that this is going to come many times. So if you have any questions about the program, please submit them to that address or use the QR code. Then I'd like... No, I'm worried that I'm hearing my voice somewhere again. So Tarja, could you please give us a bit of an introduction to the NOVEL program?
Yes, absolutely. So NOVEL program is coordinated by UEF. So I'm the coordinator, and we have a co-coordinator, Päivi Eriksson, who is at the UEF Business School. And then program manager Paula Inkeroinen sitting here at front. And of course, Piritta as an impact manager. So NOVEL program consists of 14 fully paid postdoctoral positions. They are all located here in beautiful Kuopio. And the program lasts for 3 years, so these positions run for 3 years. We have altogether 23 supervisors in the program. And of course, this entire program would not have been possible to conduct without our awesome partners, and both at the university partners as well as the intersectoral partners, many of which you are here now today. So thank you and welcome. So we have 2 different calls. The first call is going to be opened very soon on March 1st. And the second call is going to be open later during this year. So today we will go through the call number 1 in more detail. So why are we launching this NOVEL postdoctoral program? It's because of the aging of the population. There is a huge and urgent need to develop new innovation for brain health. And these have to be done in an ethically sound way. So there is a research that is needed, especially to support early prediction, personalized treatments, advanced in methods and technologies that enable these discoveries, as well as to develop these responsible innovations and ethical approaches. So to address this, we launched the NOVEL program, where we combine very interdisciplinary expertise in neuroscience, data science, innovation management, health economics, as well as legal studies. And why the UEF is because UEF really this is a key notch area to do brain research. We have world-class resources in the research of these fields, unique data sets, unique material, unique infrastructure. And another aspect that we really wanted to combat is that very often within Europe, the postdoctoral career is very fragmented. They are not steady jobs, and postdocs do not have authority or autonomy to do the kind of research that they really want to do. And of course, this kind of very strategic career development support is often missing. So NOVEL really aims to combat these shortcomings. So we wanted to advance the training of the postdoctoral researchers to kind of educate the next generation experts that are really fluently operating between academia as well as the industry and the third sector, and really generate a boost in this kind of institutional, regional, national, and international collaboration. We, of course, want to further strengthen the talent hub here in Kuopio area, and, of course, beyond, by bringing together all the experts and partners that are participating in NOVEL. And all this together is then going to really foster the future innovation and excellence in the research and development. So we really want to empower postdocs with impactful research so that they are really capable of conducting the kind of research that they really want to do. They are going to have a very unique interdisciplinary environment. And they're going to have huge intersectional collaboration networks. And we want to support the skills in multiple different areas, such as leadership, ethics, communication, and innovation. And of course, we want to really promote and give good exposure for the postdocs in the industry. So for all of the postdoctoral researchers that are going to enroll the program, they will be assigned a supervisor, a co-supervisor, a secondment supervisor, as well as the mentor. And they will be part of this NOVEL community, as the neuro innovation community is really tied. The NOVEL community as well is going to be tied they're going to be part of the host research group. And of course, the amazing UEF neuroscience research community, as well as the UEF. And each of them are going to have very personalized career development plans that is really tailored according to their needs and their prior expertise. And it's going to be updated regular basis. So we have customized training activities. We have these kind of disciplinary skills that are gained through the research. So the postdocs are going to be leading their own research. And these research projects should be interdisciplinary. We are also going to equip the postdoctoral researchers with transferable skills that we have plenty available, and we also have these tailored. And of course, an important factor in the entire program is the stakeholder engagement. So we really want to have these postdocs to engage with the industry partners and with the third sector stakeholders. One unique feature is that, of course, all the postdocs need to be resided in Kuopio. Beautiful, beautiful place. And again, questions at this point? All right. So then to the research opportunities that we offer. So we have two different calls. The first call is going to be open now, and the second call later on. And these thematic topics of the calls are divided in a way that within the first call, the research proposals should be addressed towards prevention and care and methods and data. And then the second call, the thematic areas are supposed to cover innovation in society and ethics and well-being. And these are just a little bit of a keywords in what we're really trying to address in these thematic areas. So the idea is that the postdocs design their own research project. They design them what they really want to study, but the topics should be targeted across these different areas. So basically, the kind of research that we're expecting is to explore how different genetics factors or environmental factors or lifestyle factors contribute to the brain health or brain diseases. To use large multi-omic data sets, imaging and advanced data analytics to really discover new disease mechanisms or a disease risk, or to identify novel biomarkers or disease mechanisms. We also call projects to develop human-based models, so that either to use human brain tissue samples or then develop, for example, iPS-based models to model the different disease mechanisms. We call interdisciplinary approaches that really can combine different methodological aspects. Sort of they can imply electrophysiology, single-cell technologies, omics approaches, and so forth, that really aim to translate the preclinical findings into clinical applications. Of course, project could be also targeted towards advanced diagnostics to utilize different omic data sets or deep learning, phenotyping, or AI-based approaches to develop personalized diagnostic or prognostic tools. And of course, to project that better support the lifestyle choices and identify therapeutic targets that eventually reduce healthcare costs and inform regulatory measures.
Thank you, Tarja. Then in call number 2, which is going to open in December this year, it's going to be focused on the research areas of innovation in society and ethics and well-being. And in this call, we are looking for research that studies brain health more in the societal context, and this could be more indirect research also on brain health, and more this social sciences, health economics, legal studies, and so forth, business studies, innovation management, so forth approaches. And we're looking for projects that explore, for example, how brain health is understood and shaped within society. you can focus on innovation, health, economics, ethics, well-being, those sort of points of view. And in general, examining how social, economic, legal, cultural, whatever forces either support or challenge brain health and related innovation, and even how provision of services, policies, and technologies emerge and interact with everyday life. And also in this call, the research we're looking can consider how socioeconomic realities affect access to innovation, legal rights, participation in the context of brain health. And in these research areas, as well as the other two as well, public and patient involvement is a key point of view that we really want to consider in this type of research and looking for research that is trying to understand how individuals, communities, and the public can engage with brain health-related innovation and research and so forth. And the kind of methods that we are prospecting that could be used in these research areas include interviews, surveys, registry data, and different kinds of participatory research. And also research that creates the kind of knowledge that connects more these scientific advancements with the lived experience of people. And we will have plenty of research groups, especially in call 1. So the idea is that, as Tarja said, as the applicant, you design and decide your own research idea and then find a research group that would suit your interests. And here are the research groups in call number 1. I think we have 15 over there, so there's quite many different groups there. I recommend checking them out on our webpage. And in call number 2, we have fewer, but we still have three groups available there. And if you want to get to know these research groups better, go to our YouTube. So we are there under the name NOVEL MSCA Postdoctoral Programme. I have interviewed all of our research group leaders, and their interviews are available there. So that's a nice way to get to know whether some of these groups could fit you. Both the applicants and, of course, also I recommend all of our partners to check these out to learn more about which research groups could be most interesting collaborators for you. And also you can find all the supervisors listed alphabetically on our webpage. And then I already mentioned this, but I'm going to mention it again because we get a lot of these questions. So what are the eligibility criteria for applying for this program? Well, it's a postdoctoral program, so you should have a PhD. And you need to have the PhD finished by the end of the call deadline. And you should have less than 7 years of research experience after obtaining the doctoral degree. And again, the mobility requirement, you shouldn't have resided in Finland or worked or carried out your main activities in Finland for more than 12 months within the past 3 years. And this is counted from the call deadline. So for example, in call number 1, the deadline is at the end of May, so it's counted until then. And anyone, doesn't matter your nationality, and also returning Finns are eligible to apply. If you've been away from Finland for a couple of years and want to return, this could be a good chance to do it as well. But there's no limitations to the nationality, just where you've been in the last 3 years. And also importantly, to be able to apply, you should ask for a letter of support from a leader of one of these groups that I was just showing to make sure that there is a so-called technical fit. So what you're proposing, that it fits with the resources and supervision expertise and all that with the host research group at the UEF. And for any applicants out there, I'd recommend that you start doing this very early on. So go and check out what could be the good research group for you and contact the leader of that research group as soon as possible to get this process started. And more information about the whole application process, as I mentioned, it's going to be on our website and also in the webinar for applicants. And this is going to come at every single stage. If you have any questions, please submit them there, so we will take them all at the end. Then, I know we have some partners listening online, and we have some partners here in person, so now I'm going to be talking a bit more about what are the opportunities that our program offers for the partners. And if there are any applicants listening, of course, these are the kind of opportunities that are there for you as well. But I'm focusing more on the partners, but you will learn about the stuff that is available to you. Currently, we have more than 30 partners, both here regionally in Kuopio area, around Finland, and internationally. And we have some other universities and research organizations, as well as companies, patient advocacy organizations like patient associations, at the Kuopio University Hospital, and so forth. And we welcome new partners as well. So if we get any new partners, we will update this list on our webpage. You should see always the updated list there. But we have quite an interesting range of partners already. And if someone is interested in collaborating with us, reach out. You can send us an email at novel@uef.fi. So, practicalities about what does partnership mean in the context of Novel? Well, first of all, it's free of charge for the partner, but also there is no funding available for the partner. And the partner can sort of decide which activities they want to take part in and what is sort of how heavy the cooperation is. But there's no money moving in this kind of partnership. The only resources that might be needed from you is, of course, your time and networks and effort. And since this is an EU-funded project, we will need every partner to commit to following the Horizon Europe ethical principles, rules, and guidelines. So the same ones that we are following. Let's start with the good stuff. So why should you collaborate with us? Why should you be a partner? Partner with us. Well, I guess the most important thing is gaining access to our experts, to the 14 wonderful postdoctoral researchers that we will recruit, the wonderful supervisors we have, and the other people in the research groups. So that's, a good access to experts, and of course through them expertise, and learning about how this kind of state-of-the-art multidisciplinary brain health research is done in real time at the University of Eastern Finland. And of course, this kind of cooperation and knowledge exchange is very beneficial for building your company's knowledge base, R&D, communications, whatever it is that you need help with. And of course, like Tarja said earlier, that this program is aiming to, deepen these collaborations, both regionally, nationally, and internationally. So this partnership is the way to do that. And of course, since this kind of a postdoctoral program is also a training program, through this program you will have a chance and an opportunity to positively impact the careers and also the research of our postdocs. We want the partners to be involved and, of course, have an exchange also in relation to, helping the postdocs with their careers, but also maybe impacting what kind of research they are doing, the research questions or methods or dissemination or things like that. And of course, this, depending on what kind of collaboration you end up doing, of course, this can help adoption of new technology methods or devices. It's a two-way street, so from us to you or you to us. And in general, these sort of MSCA programs are quite prestigious. So being a partner in these programs is, of course, good for any organization's reputation. And this is a sort of an easy way to get involved. And we have 4 kinds of main activities that I'm going to walk you through now. We have hosting secondments, hosting short visits, participating in our training and activities, and mentoring. So let's start with secondments. So in this program, all of the researchers who are recruited will have a mandatory intersectoral secondment with a partner. So intersectoral meaning here to an organization that is not a university or another research organization. And these will last 2 to 6 months, and the work can be done on site, maybe here in Kuopio, elsewhere in Finland, or internationally. We will try to prioritize Kuopio to make it sort of more practical for people since they've just moved to Kuopio, or they can be done remotely or hybridly or whatever way is good for you. And we will coordinate these. So for any applicants out there, for example, no need to start looking for organizations. We have the partners, and we can, of course, add new ones, and we will help with the coordinating. And the idea is that our researchers will work on their research project, and they will get a co-supervisor from the partner organization and also do stuff together. I'm going to come back to that, what that stuff can be. And the idea is that we are still paying their salary. So, of course, the partner gives access to infrastructure, administrative support networks, things like that, but we are still covering the researcher's salary and so forth. So by this I mean no money. No money is exchanging hands, and the people are still employed by the University of Eastern Finland during the secondment. But of course we must make sure that the working conditions must be of similar level as people have as UEF employees. And of course, IPR and both parties' rights and responsibilities and all that will be negotiated, and we will make secondment agreements and so forth to make sure that intellectual property rights are defined and protected. Then, on top of the mandatory intersectoral development secondment, the postdocs also have a chance to extend that secondment for up to a year, or do another intersectoral secondment, or do an additional secondment at a research institution or a university in Finland or abroad, or do sort of an internal secondment within the university in a different research group. So there's a lot of opportunities for secondments and gaining exposure to different kinds of organizations in this program. And the idea is that the postdoc chooses their secondment host. Of course, as we've told before, they will decide and design their own research, and they have their own interests. So of course, those matter when deciding the secondment host. Of course, we want to hear from all the partners what are your interests and possibilities and opportunities that you can provide. So of course, it's negotiated. And the idea is that our researchers learn from your knowledge and networks and gain maybe some of the research skills, but most importantly, these non-scientific transferable skills such as networking. And of course, we want, as I mentioned already before, like what are the good things why you should become a partner, the knowledge exchange and development of networks and collaboration, that's the key thing. And if you wish, you can also, if you take someone for secondment, you can also in return come and hang out with our research groups and learn from them. And then a bit of examples of what actually these secondments can be, what can be done within them. Since NOVEL is multidisciplinary, as you saw from the research areas, we have quite many possible things to do. So the list of possibilities to do during a secondment is quite long, and I definitely can't cover, I don't have the imagination even to discuss all those, but things that came to our mind that could be done will, for example, testing preclinical results in a clinical setting, co-developing patient involvement practices and processes in a company, patients association, other kind of organization, different kinds of developing and testing new methods and tools, either those kind of things that come from the university or that come from the partner, or maybe working on dissemination of different kind of research together with an organization, or, the sky is limit. I'm very sure that all of you have much more imagination with this of what can actually be done. And if the prospect of having someone to come to your organization for up to 6 months is a bit too much for your organization, you are very welcome to host shorter visits, 1 to 4 weeks. The same idea as with the secondments. People are still employed by the university and so forth, and they come to your organization and you learn from each other and maybe work on a smaller project together. And these are for the applicants. These are optional. You can do these on top of the secondments if you wish. And here's the disclaimer that, of course, we can't guarantee that all the partners will have someone coming for a secondment, because the postdoc has quite a lot of autonomy in deciding their own interests, and they have their own career goals. So we can't guarantee that every partner will have someone coming, or we can't really predefine strict topics or activities. Of course, the one purpose of having this event together now today is to get everyone sort of thinking what could be the possibilities for the partner organizations and the interests and so forth, to get the progress started. And then when we have the actual people, when we have recruited the 14 researchers, then we will see more clearly who could do what. Then mentoring is one of the key ways of interacting with us. So all novel researchers will be appointed an intersectoral mentor, so someone who has experience from outside of academia as well. And we very much welcome all the partner organizations and people working in the partner organizations to act as mentors. And the role of the mentors is to support the postdoc researchers in their career development and career planning, and maybe introduce them to different career trajectories or career options and so forward. And we will provide support and structure for the process. And then last but not least, so this sort of the secondments are the heaviest collaboration. Visits are the not so heavy. Mentoring, of course, it can be quite intensive for the mentor, but very rewarding, I can promise you. But then the sort of most easiest and flexible way of interacting with us is participation in our training and events. And the idea is that the partners will get to meet our researchers, learn about their research, and, give back to them, maybe provide some guest lectures or stories of personal experience about topics like entrepreneurship, exploitation of research results, IPR, open science, ethics, patenting, patient and public involvement, and the patient and public perspective, and regulation into healthcare. I don't know. These are just examples. I have, looking at the list of partners, we have so much expertise in the partners that we want our researchers to get at least a fraction of that. And of course, you're very welcome to help with career planning and development through the mentoring, but also within these events. And these are the kind of events that we will organize, sort of the mandatory ones. So we will have these workshops around 3 times per year. And I think these will be the best place to meet our researchers. They will present their work there, and we will invite you to give talks and, do all that. So that's quite nice and flexible. And then we will have some strategic and operative project management coaching, a few summer schools, first one on social app with stakeholders, and the second one empowering team leadership, and then a shorter workshop on IPR and commercialization and final symposium. So of course, if we have any applicants listening in, these are the kind of trainings and events that we will have available, and the UEF also has a lot of different events and training going on, and you're welcome to also take any of those and tailor the training to your career needs. But these are the main things for the program where it's easiest for the partners to collaborate with us. Now we are at the Q&A part. This is the last time I'm gonna show this, I promise. Do we have any questions? Good. Let me see what questions we have. And if you have any questions, just start typing them in. Yes, we have questions about if you have about the eligibility criteria. So does it count if you've submitted your PhD for defense, but you haven't, gotten the degree yet? Is that enough? Unfortunately, not. So for us, you need to have finished the PhD. You need to have the diploma, or if your university is slow with getting the diplomas, then other official documents saying that you have finished the PhD degree. So if the call deadline is at the end of May and you're going to have your defense in June, unfortunately for this program, it's too late. But if you have your degree and your diploma at hand on the last day of April, and you hit the submit button then and add it there, that's okay. Then are there some documents that are mandatory to obtain the support letter? So to obtain the support letter, first of all, choose the research group, contact the supervisor, arrange a Teams or Zoom meeting with them to discuss your project idea and the kind of resources you would need to execute it. And then the supervisor will see if they are able to give you the letter of recommendation, letter of support or not. So there is a template for the letter of support. So for that stage, that thingy is the only thing you need. And if they do give you that letter of support, then of course you can start filling the actual application where we have a research proposal and a CV and those kind of documents. That one was so long that maybe I will actually just show all the questions here. It's easier. Unfortunately, I'm not sure I understand the question. Will the provisional degree be considered as the final degree? Will be... Tarja, do you know, can you... I think it can't be provisional. Will the provisional degree be considered as the final degree, as the final degree will be given in the month of September? No, you need to have the final degree by the call deadline. So if you're applying in call 1, then you need to have the final degree by the end of May. Of course, if you are applying in call 2, the deadline isn't going to be until February next year. So of course, there's time for that. And can it be that the 6 months of the secondment are broken into smaller timelines with the same partner? Yeah, I'm sure all of these kind of, details about how, when and where to do the secondment are of course negotiable. And of course it depends on the partner as well. So if it fits the partner and your situation better that you don't do 6 months at once, but, somehow in smaller pieces, I'm sure that we can make it happen. And the shortest amount is 2 months. So I'm sure these can happen. And can the mentors be selected from partner companies? Yes. They can also be, the mentors can also be people who are not from the partners, but we highly encourage all the partners to want to be our mentors and act as our mentors. And can one work the 3-year postdoc period partly as remote work outside Finland? No. So in these kind of MSCA programs, because they place so much focus on mobility, you have to do the actual research work here in Kuopio and reside in Kuopio area. But of course, the secondments don't need to be in Kuopio necessarily. So if you find a partner of ours in, let's say, Germany that you think is interesting, and you want to do 6 months or even a 12-month secondment with them, then of course you can spend that time outside of Finland. But the actual everyday research work and life should be in Finland. That's the rules of this kind of funding. Okay, I think that's all the questions we have in the chat. So if you still have questions, please submit them. Does anyone here in the physical audience have any questions? This is the awkward. Yes, Elena, can you bring the microphone so we can hear?
Yeah, regarding secondment, do we need to have chosen secondment by the time of application submission or before?
No, you don't need to choose it before you apply. In your research proposal, we will ask you to think about some ideas for it. You know, like what kind of secondment you think would benefit you and, you know, preliminary ideas of what you could do there. But you don't need to decide anything that will be decided once you start, and of course negotiate it with the partners if there's a good match between you two. But in the application period, you just need to choose the primary, the research group and the sort of the primary supervisor to contact.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions in the audience or more questions in the chat? Okay, perfect. Yeah, and if you have later on any questions about Novel, you can always contact us at novel@uef.fi. And all the partners online and here in person, we need your help. So the first call is gonna open on the 1st of March, so very soon. And we need good applicants. So please spread the word about this program. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, share our posts. And if you ever need any communications material, you can contact us, and I will in any way send you some material. So yeah, the more we share the word, the better we can reach people all around the world. And at uef.fi/novel, we have all the info about the application process, and we will post the link for the actual job application there on the 1st of March. Thank you so much for this first part. We will now finish the live stream. Thank you so much for everyone who followed us online, and I hope to see you later.